On average, we lose 22 veterans a day to suicide. I believe we can lower that number, not through statistics, but through conversations. By giving veterans a place to be heard, to tell their stories, to tell their struggles, and to understand that they're not the only ones going through those struggles, that there's help out there. If you believe in that mission, subscribe to the channel, join our community, and help us make a real difference. Now, I hope you enjoy this next episode of Operation Intel Veteran Stories. Welcome back to Operation Intel. Today I have another one of the guys, if you can't tell by his hat, that I deployed to Iraq with. David Cahill, how you been?
I'm good, man. How you been?
Just trying to find my way, buddy. Just trying to find my way.
Yeah, but been there, both of us, I think.
Yeah, that's very true, man. It's very true. Do you live in Washington State?
Yeah, I'm
Is
up in
that where?
Washington State. Yep.
Are you near like Mount Rainier and all that?
Yeah, I'm like I don't know, hour and a half from Mount Rainier. And
Okay, I've been there before.
oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
spot.
it's gorgeous out there, man. I don't know why. Does it rain a lot out there?
I mean, it rains. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's a
Like,
yes.
it's hard to know what a lot means because like I'm from here, so like I
That's
mean,
true.
sometimes we have a dry year, but like for the most part, it's just kind of drizzles. So it's not like a super like downpour all the time or nothing, but it's
Sounds
kind of
really
pretty.
gray over there, man. You should just come on over to Ohio.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I've seen you in the group chats. We've been friends on Facebook for God, I don't even know how long now. You've been watching the videos and you're seeing some of the guys that we deployed with and stuff. What do you think about it, man? Are you liking it?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to see back like, 20 years and be like, damn, it's been a long time. But it's like I think when we got out of the army and stuff, Facebook was kind of new and like a
Yeah,
lot of guys really didn't have like a connection to it. And so like just trying to find people was always kind of a thing. And so I mean, eventually, I think everybody got like where they were like, okay, I got to get on social media. But like, it was probably like a good 10 years before you found anyone on there, and so yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's cool catching up. It's like I guess like it's like you never left, like all of a sudden you pick up and you're like, man, this is the same exact dude that was like lying 20 years ago. That's the same guy,
just a little. Just
and he
we're
was the
all
first.
getting a little grayer. That's all it
Yeah,
is, buddy. That's all it is.
he was the first sergeant, and I don't think he changed his attitude ever, which is cool. It's just like, man, that's like the same dude I know. So it's like in Longnecker and all those guys, the same thing. It's just like I heard Dan's voice when he called me, and I was like, man, that's crazy. It's like I never like stopped talking to him. So it was cool. It's been pretty awesome. So
Yeah, I look at it and I see the stuff that it's opening up for the guys that we deployed with. The the group video calls and stuff like
yeah,
that. I mean, don't get me wrong, it gets kind of crazy in there,
yeah,
but
that's
you
true.
know what? I love it. The first time I answered the phone and seen that, like it just instantly made me smile because
Yeah,
it's like after all these years.
yeah, it was crazy. I mean, the first time the same thing, I was like. I mean, seen Macaluso and all those guys, and it's just like, man, these guys are the same. And it's like, I just got happy. So it's like, it's good to see them. And I'm like, I've, I have lost contact with a lot of them, and it's just like, man, it's like good to hear your voice.
Yeah, it really is, and a lot of people don't understand that. Like you're so used to hearing these voices, and then it just all ends,
Yeah,
and
that's
people go different ways, and you
yeah.
never hear from the people again.
No,
It's
and
just
you're like,
nice to hear this.
17 months we were deployed, and I was deployed with Sergeant Bruce for actually like 2 years, probably close to, because I was with him the first time when I went over, and then we moved to First Engineers. So it's like all of a sudden you're just cut off one day, and you're just like, oh, man, where's my brother at? Or like,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it's like you kind of think about them all the time, and you're like, I don't know where they're doing, but I hope they're all right.
Yeah, and same here. And it was like anytime I heard about you guys, it was always the worst things that I was getting contacted for.
Yeah,
And I just think that it's just a really neat platform to just kind of go over our deployment this many years later, see if your guys' thoughts are still the same, and it's really cool, man. And I love this part of it. I love getting to know you guys even a little bit better. Like I know one part of you guys,
yeah,
so getting to know like why you joined and how you've been, stuff like that. I think I get a lot out of it, and I'm loving it, man. I'll be honest with you. I think I'm a bigger fan than
yeah.
anybody else just because I get to talk to you guys.
Yeah, it's interesting to see like people's lives. I mean, where they went, kind of family wise and all that. It's like it's cool. It's like crazy. I mean, even on Facebook, just through pictures, is like, man, look, that guy's doing it. So,
Yeah,
You look at Crouch, and I think I followed him on Facebook for a while, and it's just like it's awesome to see him like change and like
yeah.
what he's been through, and it's like, man, that's awesome, dude. So it's
I
like,
I I love Crouch to death. He
yeah,
was
he's always been a good guy.
yeah. Yeah, don't let him know that I said that though,
I'll try
okay?
not to.
Well, listen, man, let's get into you. I'm interested
Yeah.
because me and you lived, I think, 2 tenths away from each other, but we were on kind of different schedules. We didn't get to really know each other that well, and I want to hear it, man. What was life like before the military for you, and what made you decide to say, you know what, I'm going to go into the army?
Well, I think like okay, so like I was it wasn't just out of high school I joined. I was 22. So
Okay.
it took me a little couple years. I had some jobs. I worked at a sawmill. Worked for Schwann's, the frozen food company, and I was just working, and then I got kind of laid off. And it was kind of during that, I don't know, it seemed kind of like a recession at the time, but there wasn't a lot of jobs. So I was just like, man, maybe I should join the army or something. So my buddy, who is a ranger, talked me into going down with them, which my mom really wasn't fond of. But I went down there with them, and I was just gonna go in there because he needed points or something, and just talk to him.
Yeah.
And so I went in there, and I was like, this sounds pretty good actually. So I signed up and went to MEPS. I think I was on the delayed entry program for like a month, and
Okay.
shipped out. So uh, it was kind of my life before that. I was just kind of I was dating my previous ex-wife, and she had a stepson, and so yeah, I mean, I just joined because I mainly joined because of 9/11. I was kind of like I was still pissed, and
Yeah.
so once this like big push for recruitment came, I was like, I'm in, I'm going. I want to fight somebody.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's kind of where I was at that time, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of feel kind of a purpose. So
Yeah. So, what made you? So you were a mechanic, and the only reason why I ask is because I thought Lion was a mechanic. Come to find out, he was a welder, just stuck with the mechanics.
well, I mean, technically, I was a mechanic. I was working with Lion most of the deployment, so I was kind of like a welder sometimes. My first deployment, I was a main. I worked like it was like shop office. It was like for the support battalion, so we
Uh
kind of supplied parts to people. So I didn't really do a lot of mechanic work the first deployment, and then I did a lot of guard duty. So I mean, I was kind of a mechanic, but I was more
yeah.
just kind of like a utility guy. I think it felt like so. I mean, my training was in mechanics, though.
Yeah. I was going to say, was your MOS a mechanic? Is that what that was?
Yeah, I was a 63 whiskey, which was a wheeled vehicle repair, and then I mean, when we moved to First Engineers, you guys mainly had track and stuff. So I mean, like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, but you know what? You helped out a lot in Iraq. I know that because we all the time needed maintenance done on those vehicles, man, all the time.
Yeah, it was rough for a while. It was like
Yeah.
every day it seemed like for a minute, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, once you kind of get the hang of what usually happens, it kind of gets easier. But it's just like the stress of it. Like, I mean, you staying up all night and trying to fix something for the next day, or you go to JRTC and you're like up till like 4 in the morning trying to just. I mean, you're just helping three other guys, really, but
Yeah.
you're just like you're just all tired. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I was. I mean, basically I was a mechanic, and then I mean I did more mechanic I think with First Engineers than I did with the first deployment. So
Okay.
it was kind of cool, but
Yeah. Where did you go to basic training at?
I went to Fort Benning, Georgia. So I
That's
was
different.
yeah. They for some reason that year they like did this like trial thing with like bringing in like support people instead of just infantry. And so
Yeah.
I was part of that, I don't know, project, I guess. But I'm not gonna lie to you, it was pure hell.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say, I was like, there are certain places that you don't want to go for basic training, and I would believe that Fort Benning would probably be one of those places you don't want to go.
like I heard stories going there and I was just like, it can't be that bad. And then you get there and like reception isn't really that bad. But like once you step off the bus, and I was kind of chubby, so like, dude, I was like their favorite toy for like a month.
Oh God, man.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
they always pick on the chubby kids,
oh
man. They
yeah,
always
I
do.
don't think I even ate for like 3 months.
Oh shit. And you know what I found funny was I don't know if it was like this in your basic, but um that first like PT run that we had, and they only ran us for like I think they were like, we're only gonna run for like 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah,
I was back with those chubby people because I was winded. I was like, oh, this was a bad choice, man.
yeah.
This
I
was a
mean,
bad choice.
I was never really that good at running, but like, yeah, I mean, it was rough. Just like I trained for like because I had to lose weight to go in the army
Did you?
because they wouldn't let me in with the tape, and so I had to drop like 20 pounds before I even joined. And so like my recruiter like came out and like we ran and we did like just a bunch of cardio and shit, and like I think I lost 20 pounds in like a month or
A lot
something.
of water weight, man. A lot of
Yeah,
water weight.
yeah. He had this band wrapped around my stomach to shrink it, and it was
Oh
just like,
gosh.
man, I was like, this is gonna how. Hopefully, this isn't how it's gonna be the whole time.
Oh man. But yeah. Now that yeah, that brought up something that I remember. When we were in Iraq, they were doing weight checks, and I'm not a big guy by any means whatsoever. I'm about
Yeah,
5'8". When when I was in Iraq, I was like 175, and they were still doing like the tapes and stuff like
oh
that.
yeah.
I weighed more than what my height should have been at. And first sergeant had to tape me, and I took my shirt off, and he looks at me, and he's like, you can imagine first sergeant. He, he looks like this. He
You're
goes,
like,
"What the hell are you doing in here?" It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
he's like, I'm not sure either. You tell me first, Sergeant.
Yeah, yeah, I know. He was so pissed off. I know he
That's
was.
funny. Yeah, I don't
So
miss that.
how yeah, I know, man. Some of these like just the stories that I remember now, just talking to you guys, is it's fun to just remember, and it makes
Yeah,
me laugh. Um, how was basic training for you? What did you have a hard time with it?
I did. I mean, I don't know. I hated it.
Same here, man.
Like I couldn't stand. I don't know. I've always been like I don't know. I feel like I'm a critical thinker, and like I just
Yeah,
didn't get it a lot. Like I understood the yelling and like breaking it down and building you up part, but like I was razzed so hard for so long that it was just like I don't know. Like I know they were trying to help me, but It didn't
Yeah.
feel like it.
They're beating me down and not building me back up.
Yeah, like at the end, like I think the last week it felt good.
Oh my god. Yeah, because you were getting ready to graduate.
Yeah, and even then, I was
Oh,
like, I had to pass a PT test to get out, and I was just like stressing because I couldn't
yeah.
run, and I was just like, man,
But you know what? Even when we were doing PT tests in Iraq, there were there were runs that I was back there. I'm not joking you. I was back there with the fat guys.
oh yeah,
I just could not run long distance. I could max out push-ups and sit-ups.
yeah.
Soon as it got to that damn run, though, it just
That's,
kicked
I
my
mean,
ass.
that's kind of how I've always been too. I did sports my whole high school. I mean, I played three sports. I could
Yeah.
sprint pretty fast, but like, I can't run a mile.
Yeah.
I could run
Yeah.
40 yards pretty quick though.
I can run 40 yards pretty quick.
Like if we're
Yeah.
running, we're probably got problems anyways, right?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. A lot of problems if we're running, that's for sure. So when you got out of basic training, did you go straight to Riley?
Out of basic, I went to Aberdeen Proving Grounds, and I did AIT up there with them. Most of the support mechanics go up there, and
Yeah.
I got there in like I think it was December 2003, and whatever I think it was like 11 weeks or something like that. But it was all right. It was pretty chill. I mean, for the most part, I never phased out because I'm chubby still. So like I think I was in phase like the phase you can't go anywhere with for like I don't know, the whole time except for like 3 weeks left.
Oh my
So
god,
like
man.
I actually just stole my civilian clothes. I got in line when they were handing
Uh,
them out. And like I got in line and I was like, I'm gonna get my clothes. And I just left base, like, because I was like, I'm not gonna wait.
well, no, it sounds like a great idea.
It was a good idea, I thought,
Yeah.
until you get caught.
Did you get caught?
Eventually, yeah, yeah, they caught him. You can always see someone's civilian clothes in their locker and be like, "You're not even on this face yet."
See, I was in that OSET program where our basic and AIT was all combined.
Oh yeah,
We that you know what? For some reason, I liked it. I didn't have to move around any and stuff like that. It made it nice. And then
yeah,
we already knew the drill sergeants and stuff like that,
that kind of
but
helps
nothing
too.
changed.
Yeah, and it was all
Nothing
Leavenworth, right?
changed. What is it?
It was all Leavenworth.
Leonard Wood.
Leonard. Oh, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
that place was rough because they did this one thing, and um, we went on a run one morning, and it was a super easy run, and I was just thinking to myself, I was like, "This isn't right. Something's coming," and
This is too
went
easy.
way out. Yeah, too easy. They ran us down this hill, giant hill. Okay, and they were like, "Oh yeah, privates, go ahead, go to the bathroom. You gotta go to the bathroom. Go ahead." I was like, "Wow, they're being really nice today. Like this is different."
This is awkward.
And he goes, "Is everybody good to go?" Yeah, everybody's good to go. All right, turn around. We had to run right back up that giant hill. I swear, I thought I was going to die. I'm not going to.
Oh yeah,
It was awful.
that was like
So,
the final ruck march you got to do. It's like I don't know, a marathon or something, like
yeah.
26 miles or some shit. And I was the back road guard, and so you know,
Explain that to the people that don't know what that means.
well, if you don't know what that means, the front road guard stops the traffic, and the back road guard gets to run to the other guy. And so I was running for like 26 miles, pretty much, or whatever that distance was. And it was like I think by the time we got back to the company area, it was dark and my feet were like bleeding because I was in boots. And you got the ruck on, and you're just like, I don't know how I did it, but here I am.
Oh, there's no way, buddy. There's no way. You know, with our ruck, our last ruck, um, we walked the whole daggone thing, and it was a slow walk too.
Yeah.
So, and people were like, "Oh, must have been nice." it was nice until the first PT um, at Riley, and I thought a ruck didn't involve running, and all of a sudden I just see people taking off running, and I'm like, "What is going on?" And Helmuth goes, "You better pick it up," and I'm like,
Oh man.
"Oh no!"
I never been through
It was
PT
aw-
like that.
it
I
was
mean,
awful, man.
until I got to first engineers, we never did like that kind of. We did some ruck marches, but it was never like sapper shit.
Like a ruck run.
Yeah, never did
That,
that
sh-
until
that
there.
shit was awful, man. It was absolutely awful. So you go there, and then you go to your first duty station. Your first duty station was Fort Riley.
Yep, it was Fort Riley, Kansas for the whole time.
Oh, same here. Uh, so let me ask you this: when they told you were going to Riley, I'm gonna ask you just like I ask everybody else. Did you know where the hell Riley was?
I did not know where Riley was. I mean, I knew it was in Kansas. I'd never
I
been to
did.
Kansas, so I'm not sure what it looked like. But I was just like, it can't be that cool. like
It was.
you get that wish list, it's like, oh, I want to go to Hawaii or Alaska or like Germany would be cool. But, you know, I was like,
Kansas.
Kansas it is. I joined to see the world and you end up in Kansas and you're just like, man, you can see the whole state from here.
Yeah, I know, right? It was different, man. Are you much of a? Did you get into the hunting and the fishing there?
Yeah, I hunt and fish a lot, but I never really got into it crazy there because I was always kind of deployed and busy. But I fished when I could. I never really hunted. I wish I would have. There's a lot of stuff there to hunt, but I just I never really knew what to do there. And
Same here.
so I don't know. I was just kind of like guessing. And then like some of my friends hunted, but eventually just got deployed again. So it was just like never had time.
Yeah.
So
Um. So you were a part of the first deployment, right? Was that in Ramadi or what?
yeah,
Fallujah.
it was in Ramadi. It was Al Air Force Base and right outside of Ramadi. I went with 101st Forward Support Battalion. So
Okay. Let me
yeah.
let me ask you this, because everybody says something different with this. Um, when they first told you, and you were there really early on when Iraq was, we were brand new to Iraq, basically. What was that feeling like when they told you that you were going to be deployed to Iraq and you actually knew that you were going to be there?
Well, my unit was already there when I got to Fort Riley, so I think I found out in reception, and they were like, you're going with your units already in Iraq, so you're going to go to reception, and then you'll in process your unit, and you'll go straight there." And so like I don't know, as a 22-year-old kid, I didn't really like. I was nervous, because I was like,
Yeah,
I didn't really know what to expect. I mean, I kind of had a family and I wasn't really sure what was going to happen. And so I didn't even move my ex wife to Fort Riley during that deployment because I was like, I'm just going to be gone. So,
yeah.
um, yeah, so I mean, it was kind of a nervous kind of excitement, kind of I'm not sure what's going to happen kind of thing. But I wasn't. I mean, I mean, you join the army and you know kind of what to expect, but you never really expect like that quick. So,
That's different, man, because if nobody knows this, what makes it easier over there, and if you guys can't um, figure this out by watching the videos, is the brotherhood between everybody. So
yeah,
being having to go from basic training to AIT straight to Riley, then to reception, and then you get shipped over, and
I don't know
nobody in that
nobody.
unit.
It means, I mean, even so, Bruce and I think I don't know if you remember Murray. or not. He was like with third platoon. I think he was mechanic. But
I
so
would I would have
I
to
was
see.
I was at one of first. I got to the unit and they were there, and so I think I went with both of them to Baghdad. Like we flew to Kuwait and then Baghdad, but it was just like you could feel like 6, 7 people. They put you on a plane and then they ship you over there, and you're like, "Hey, I'm here." So it's
Yeah,
like, and it's not great because like nobody likes or like nobody thinks you're that cool because you're like the new guy, and you're like, "Hey, you get every shit detail from here on out." And I mean, my first deployment sucked. Like I felt
did
like
it
I don't know. I just kind of felt like I was not like treated well. I
like
mean,
by yourself
the
almost.
leadership was cool enough, but like I was on every detail because I was new. I got put on guard duty for like 6 months or something, and they forgot about me. So I was just over there with the
Oh,
Marines for like an extra month. And so like I don't know, I just kind of felt like I was there for like just to take over the slack. But it was like, I mean, I understand I'm new, but like, well, you weren't here when this happened, or you weren't here when this happened. And it's just like, I'm sorry, I didn't join fast enough, I guess.
yeah, yeah. I think that's rough, man, because one of the big things with deploying is deploying with people that you know and you've been to either, NTC with, and you
Yeah,
build that camaraderie and that trust with each other.
yeah,
And sometimes it can be rough,
yeah. And
if
you
you're
kind of
not a
don't
part of
know,
that group.
and you don't really know what you're doing. I mean, you never pulled guard duty before except for basic, and so
Yeah,
you're
that's
like,
it.
oh, I guess I'll just learn.
God, man.
So,
I
but
don't
yeah, I
I don't
mean,
think anybody has a story like that they went straight from basic to AIT and then from AIT to reception and just ship them right over.
yeah, it
That's
was crazy.
insane to me.
I mean, it was quick. It was like you didn't even have time to think about it. It was like you're there, and you're like you're in the middle of Baghdad all of a sudden, and then you're like, okay, we got to drive to El Taqadum on the back of a 5 ton, and you're just like, okay,
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
let's do it.
God. Was there like a single moment when you were in Iraq that first time that you were like, holy crap, I'm in a war zone?
I think the biggest remember, like I can remember a couple things from the first deployment, and when we dropped into Baghdad from that C-130 or whatever it was, and they barrel rolled and like shot flares off the back because we were taking RPG fire, and it was like, holy shit. And you're
Yeah.
just like, okay, that this is real. This is not no, it's not a joke anymore. So you kind of just
Eh,
strap up. But it's like, I mean, I think right then it was like you went from like 30,000 feet to about 3 feet in about 6 minutes, 6 seconds, and you're just like stomachs in your throat, and you're like,
Oh,
I guess
I've
this
never
is
heard
it.
that story.
Oh, it's crazy, dude. Yeah, we like not like a barrel roll. It's like where they kind of bank right and bank left, and they shoot off the flares. So if there's like heat-seeking missiles, they can like they'll take them.
Oh,
And so, and then we started taking RPG fire from the side or something. It was just crazy. It was like rumbling around us, and you're just like the first experience, even not even on the ground yet.
oh God. It's like send me back to basic training.
Yeah, like oh, what have I done?
Yeah, I know, right? Man, you know what? I don't know if I've ever heard that story before. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, I
I've
don't know.
heard so many stories, but I think that I maybe have heard that story. It sounds familiar, but maybe I just
It
forget
was
it.
probably around the burn pit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There were some stories
Yeah, we weren't even
shared
drunk
at
yet.
What'd you say?
I said we weren't even drunk even, and there were stories coming out.
Oh man. But you know what? That was I think we were the only ones that did something like that. Our area was awesome, man. That
Yeah,
was so much fun sitting beside that burn pit, talking to you guys, and then you'd have people playing volleyball or doing
it
stupid
was
stuff on the volleyball
it
court.
was definitely a different experience than like the first. I mean, it was relaxed and like strict enough to where you were did your mission, you knew what your mission was, and your leadership, they were good, like you counted on them, and
Yeah.
they've had your back. Like Sergeant Hartman had your back.
Yeah.
He would die for you, or like Sergeant Bruce or Longneck or any of those guys. It's just like you knew that you could trust them. So, I mean,
That that group we deployed with, man, was such a to me, and I was only deployed once, but it was a special group to me all around.
yeah,
Um, I thought everybody we deployed with, every group has a couple, but
yeah,
I would say about 99.9% of the people were just good people.
yeah. I mean, there
And
wasn't a lot of like issues. I mean, there was a couple issues, but it wasn't like serious, like
no.
you know. And you didn't trust them or afterwards or nothing, where you couldn't like, oh, you can't come on mission anymore, or
Yeah,
anything like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But
I think our platoon had one of those, and it was pretty bad. But other than that, that was the only situation I had ever heard of something,
yeah,
it's something like that because we all enjoyed each other. It didn't matter if you were in the maintenance platoon. It didn't matter
yeah.
if you were in. It just didn't matter. We all hung out together and we all had fun.
I think what's a
I,
cool part too is when I came from 101st, I think all you guys were in processing at the same time. So
yeah,
it's like you. I remember you, Crouch, like Jacobson, I think,
Jacobson. Yeah,
and like some of the other guys, but I remember them because it's like we all processed together, and then I got stuck with first platoon really. So it was like I knew those guys pretty well, and it was just
yeah,
like so it's kind of like you kind of built that brotherhood back where it should be.
yeah. So let me ask you another question because I forget who I had on here. There's been two people. Maybe it was Lion or Long Neck or one of the two said that the first deployment compared to that second deployment was completely different because everything had been built up. When you got over there that second time, were you surprised? Were you surprised?
Oh my god, it was crazy, dude. I've never seen Burger King in Iraq,
Me either.
but
Or
no, I mean
Subway.
even the tents were nicer and like like the
They had
first
air
time I got
conditioning.
there, it was like a dirt pile. And you got like some guard towers, and I mean the motor pool is pretty nice, subtly up. They got tents and the shade cloths and stuff, and but it was totally different. They didn't have the. I mean, we didn't really have the trailers and like the Connex house things, and it's like when my unit first got to Iraq the first time, they built it, you know. So it's
Yeah.
like they took over these buildings that were like covered in shit and like whatever, and it was just like so they cleaned everything. And by the time I got there, I mean, it was all pretty much set up when I got there, but like, they had to put up sandbags and dig, foxholes and stuff. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know, it was a lot different. I mean, you get there now and it's like, they got a freaking dining facility with like cheesecake in it.
Oh, it was that chow hall. I do not care what anybody says.
I'd
Our
go there
chow
now.
hall. Oh man, it's funny you say that because my son my son's 8 years old, and he watches some of these videos because he finds you guys. He loves listening to you guys.
That's cool.
But yeah, it is because I get to enjoy it with him, and then he'll ask questions.
Yeah.
But he was like, "Dad, what did you eat?" And I was like, "Buddy, let me tell you something," because he loves omelets. He
Like,
loves. I said, so
man.
I explained the omelets that look like baby diapers.
Oh
They were
yeah.
huge.
They're huge.
And I was like, dude, you could have whatever you wanted in it. You
Yep.
could have three or four if you wanted it. You, I go, and then for dinner, if you got there before the Georgians, you could have chicken wings every single
Yeah.
night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you
That's
remember
true.
that?
Oh man, I do. Yeah, you had to go at like a certain time or you'd miss them all.
Yeah, and they would come back with like piles of plates.
Yeah, those guys were crazy.
I tried to steal their flag one night. I did. Well, I didn't try. I looked up over the Hesco baskets, and they were all like, and they were drinking the
Oh
entire
yeah, they
time.
had vodka all the time.
Yeah, and I think it was Sergeant Lowry. He goes, Whiteman, don't go. You're going to get shot. Because it was on the flagpole. I was going to take it down, and they even had a spotlight. And for some reason, I thought it was a great idea.
That's funny.
Thank God I didn't. Um, so that second deployment, did you go out on a lot of missions too, or did you stay at Warhorse a lot?
I did a lot of both. I mean, I went on a lot of like maintenance missions. And like when you guys needed the dozer, I drove the het. So
Okay,
I was part of like it was like me, Sergeant Bruce, and Longnecker was the dozer operator, and I was like the driver for Bruce. And so
okay.
we went out on a lot of like recovery and like if you guys needed the dozer, that time you guys were gonna blow that building down that didn't fall down, we needed the dozer then. And then that day sucked, dude.
Who are you telling, buddy?
You're like 14 hours, and then Longnecker tries to put that motherfucker on the trailer with a ball of friggin' rebar under it, and then he rips all the airlines out, and we had to friggin' cage all the brakes on the trailer to get it to move. And we're just sitting there getting shot at, and you're just like,
uh,
I don't know. Hopefully
that
we're good.
was that was the most insane. Uh, Probably, well, one of the top two that I had over there was that day you're talking about because, and I'll play some video of the firefight and what we were going through that day.
Yeah.
But I just remember, and I didn't even know Longnecker was up there on top of that building with
Oh
me
yeah.
until Carton sent me like 2,400 pictures,
Oh yeah.
and it's insane. I'll share the Dropbox with you guys, but um, Lowry was up there, and we're sitting there, we're shooting back at that building, and then all of a sudden we popped back down, and you hear a sniper rifle, and you
Oh
hear the
yeah.
round go right by us, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm not gonna pop my head
What's
back."
crazy?
Whoa, damn! Oh my god! That was fucking damn! I've seen this one now. My weapon's jammed right now.
Get my freaking M4. I got the back.
I'm getting sniper fire right here.
Crazy is,
Anyway,
I think the next day we had to go out there for a husky to recover it because it got blown up in that same spot. And so we're sitting there and we're
I
like,
wonder if that was Ford.
it could have been. It sounds familiar.
Yeah.
But we were sitting there and I was like pulling security because I was like, you remember Esteban? He was my
I
E6. He was my
little
TC.
little guy.
Yeah, a little short guy, little
Yep,
Filipino.
yep,
But
I remember.
so he was my TC, and I can't remember who my gunner was, but so I'm standing there like outside the Humvee, and all of a sudden, like I hear like sniper fire like right next to my head, like tink on the Humvee, and I was just
Yeah.
like straight back into the Humvee, like lock the doors, like okay, you got him, gunner, because I ain't doing it no more.
No, because you didn't know where the hell it was coming from.
No, you just could
That
know like the general direction, and it's like the streets are empty, so you're like, well, I don't know.
yeah, that was the scary part to me too. You know, a lot of people when they think war, they think that we know exactly where we're getting shot at from and stuff. A lot of the times you have no clue where these people are. They could be on top of a building, they could be in an alley. You
Yeah.
don't know because they're taking pop shots at you.
Well, even those ones that were running around on the dozer mission, it was like they were running from room to door to door. And like I was on the ground below the building, like in some rubble, just sitting there in the prone. And like
Oh, you
I
were
was
down
just,
there with me.
I was just shooting at whatever. Like I could see. Like, I don't know. I was like, if something pop up, I'd shoot. But like for the most part, I think I was just shooting at a satellite dish for the most part. It seemed like.
Yeah, I got a funny story about that because I didn't realize that you were on the ground with us when we were getting shot at, and we were just all laying down in the prone.
Yeah,
There was like a group of like, oh, I don't know, like 10 or 12 of us. I
yeah,
have a
because
video of that.
I think Captain Leos was when remember when he ran by, was like, cover me while I move, and then he fell down. No offense, Captain, but
He
that's
just,
I think I was right next to him, and I think he I don't know if he was talking to me or Mac, but uh, I remember that because I was like right next to him, and he was like I was sitting there just like behind some rocks.
oh my God, man. I remember him falling.
Yeah,
Um,
I think most of us remember that part.
oh, it was good, buddy. Now, when I say good, I would have laughed at anybody that would have fell
Oh
on
yeah,
their
for sure.
face. Yeah,
I would have laughed at
that's
anyone.
the thing. Exactly, and it would have been a memory too. So the
Yeah,
fact that it was Captain Leo's was that was funny though.
yeah,
Um,
it was
I
pretty
remember
good.
that day, Sergeant Smith. So you know how the building was right in front of an alley. Do you
Yeah,
remember that?
yeah,
So, and then there was this wall. Sergeant Smith was like, let's me and you go to this was before shit hit the fan. So we go down through there. He's like, let's just check the alley, make sure nobody's there. I was like, okay, sounds like a good idea. So we get over there. I'm like, there's nobody here. We start walking back, and that's when all hell broke
oh
loose.
man,
Okay. So we're
that's
like halfway back and we're getting shot at. And then I lay down in the prone. And the weird thing is, while I was in the prone, I started seeing dirt hit in front of me. And I'm like, I'm going to end up getting shot right here. So I got
yeah,
up and got into the building, which was the wrong thing, by the way, because the whole building was strapped with
yeah,
C4 while they were shooting
yeah,
at us.
yeah.
Could you imagine?
Oh man, I don't know what would have happened because not a lot happened when you guys blew it. Really, I
It
mean,
would have hurt our heads. I know that.
it would have rang your ears pretty good.
Fire in the hole, fire in the hole, fire in the hole.
But yeah, I mean, you would have fucked up for sure. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It would have been bad.
Gosh, man, that day was something else.
Yeah,
Um, like I said, I have some videos of it. I'll show it, and maybe I got some pictures of you down on the ground. I'll show
I'm
that as
sure you
well.
got some. I think I got one of me on the ground somewhere. I think Sergeant Hartman was clicking his camera around,
We took pictures of freaking everything, man.
which is cool. I
Uh,
didn't have one, so
yeah, I think I bought like four at the PX for
oh yeah,
like $300 each. I'm like, I kept
yeah,
losing them and breaking them, and it was awful.
yeah.
Um, are there any other situations in Iraq that stand out to you, whether it be out on a mission or anything like that?
I think there's a couple. Obviously, the Sergeant Wright stuff, and I think I did the recovery mission on that, and so
Yeah,
I wasn't part of like strictly cleaning the vehicle out like
yeah,
Lion and I think Mac did it, but uh, I just remember that mission like I like my attitude wasn't right, and like I didn't really know what happened. Like nobody told me what happened until like after we got there. And so I was kind of
oh
like
gosh,
didn't really know what to I didn't know what we were doing. Like I didn't even know where we were going. So I just like got
wow,
like I remember like I don't know if it was Sergeant Smith or somebody. It was like I remember them like so pissed off at me because I was like rolling my eyes because I was a dickhead. And
yeah,
I was just like, I don't know what his deal is. And I didn't know anything happened. And so I'm just like, I don't know. I guess we'll just
Oh
go.
man.
I mean, they're probably tired or whatever. So I was just like, let's just go. And then, so I remember going, it was like, like, one of those missions where like we went to wherever we picked that vehicle up from. And then we drove to friggin', uh, where's that? Anaconda.
yep,
We dropped it. And then we drove back to Warhorse that night. And it was like, I don't know, 16 hours or something. And I was like, I remember falling asleep at driving back to Warhorse. And like I remember Sergeant Esteban is like singing to me and shit, like trying to keep me awake. And I'm just like, I can't do it, dude. I'm not like I don't even can't even keep my eyes open. Like, but it was just
Yeah,
like that mission, like it stuck to you like pretty hard. And
I
after,
would.
especially after you find out, you know.
That one was a tough one because and I think Carton said it best when he said he felt like he was invincible when
Yeah.
we were inside those vehicles, and I think that the game changed, and it's exactly what Carton said. That day changed the rest of our deployment
Oh, for
because
sure.
we were worried as hell about those EFPs because the first one we're hit by,
Yeah.
I mean, look what it did.
Yeah. That,
And
I mean, well, you guys were invincible before that. I mean, you couldn't do anything. You guys sat
yeah,
there in that fight, like either I don't remember who it was. You guys were talking about it was like sat there in that firefight, and you're just bunkered down, and it was like we couldn't
huh,
do nothing. But
no,
then as soon as that happened, it's like, oh shit, we got to pay attention more.
yeah,
I
I
mean, you
had
guys
a,
did a good job, but it's just like, man, up to that point, it was like shit.
but you know what? The weird thing about it is those EFPs could be tiny
Yeah.
and still
Oh yeah.
it did more damage than 4.155 rounds.
Yeah, they were crazy. It was like, and then plus it was like melting through the side of the. Pretty much, it melted through the armor and straight into the cab, and you're just like, how do you stop that? You know?
Well, we did everything that we could. You
Yeah.
guys, our maintenance team was great. I remember going to Anaconda and we were welding, and I think Lion was with us, and you probably were too.
Probably.
Um, and we were welding side plates, but not only the side plates, we were like, how can we stop these things? And at first we had
Oh yeah. Yeah.
sandbags in there. And then we were like, well, if it hits it and it goes through the hull, it's just going to rip everything apart because it's sand. So we
Yeah.
started filling it up with water bottles to see if we could cool it off.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank God we didn't run into any more of those, man.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a rough one. I'm glad it didn't like. It didn't seem like the EFPs stuck around as. I mean, they were there, but like they weren't used as much. It
Yeah.
seemed like. So.
No, that they weren't. I remember one mission that I think it may have been first platoon that that I think they found like 10 or 12. I mean, it was a
Oh yeah.
long day and they kept finding them and finding them and finding them. And now a little bit of that could have been like paranoia though too, because I
Yeah.
mean, I know I faced that. I was in the
Well,
lead vehicle a lot.
probably as soon as that happened, you guys were like, okay, we're slowing down and we're gonna look real hard now. Which you
Yeah.
guys found a lot of IEDs, and so it's like from that point on, I bet you if you looked at the numbers, you probably found a lot more just
You're probably right.
because of that awareness, you know. So
Yeah, because we didn't think that anything was going to get through it. So,
yeah.
I mean, we were a lot less vigilant, I think. I think we were always vigilant, but
Oh
I
yeah.
think we were a lot more.
Yeah. Just to that point, it was just like, okay, now we have to be more because it's like you're gonna lose more if you're not. So I think
Yeah.
yeah, that and the you remember the mortar that hit the motor pool?
The one that Sergeant Hartman got a Purple Heart from.
Yeah, he was like sitting in his
Oh,
office, and I think that one would kind of that one was like we were supposed to be at work that day, and if we all were at work, we probably would have all died. And so it was like one of those things where it was like a fluke, but it kind of makes you wonder, you know? You're like, shit, if if it was a normal day and it would
they
have
would have
went
got
through,
me.
and if it was like 9 o'clock in the morning or something, it was like right in the middle of work day. So it was like that one would
Yeah.
have sucked, and it was like right through the roof. So it was like
Yeah.
you wouldn't have missed it. So I think that one and then the one that hit the front gate with the CS or whatever
The chlorine bomb.
chlorine bomb.
You know, we knew that those chlorine tanks were missing. I don't know if you've ever heard that story or not.
I don't think so.
So we had a psyop guy go out on a couple missions with us, and he had said something, about keep your eye out. He didn't tell us too much, but he was like, keep your eye out on those yellow containers, which were the chlorine.
Yeah.
And they knew it was coming.
Yeah.
They knew it was. They just didn't know when. So so your special ops and stuff like that, they were looking for those chlorine tanks. And I was out on mission, and we got word from the talk that you guys had gotten hit.
You got lucky then. I didn't even know where my mask was for a minute. Like,
Oh
I think it was
shit!
I think it was in my truck. And so as soon as it hit, and you could start smelling chlorine, and then they start yelling gas, and I'm like, oh fuck. And so I took off running, and I held my breath from the tents until I got to the het, and I freaking
Oh,
pulled my mask out and put it on. But it was like I sucked in so much chlorine. It was like swimming in a pool. It was like,
what did that feel like? Because I know. So yeah, and can you explain what happened as well? Because I kind of got a different story. I think I'm not sure. I know.
well, I think a dump truck had the chlorine tanks in it, hit the front gate. I don't know really the whole story, but it blew up. And then so we were just in our tent because I think we had like the morning off or something, or
Yeah.
maybe it wasn't work time yet. But we were sitting there, and all of a sudden you hear gas, 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 and you're like, what? Like I
Did you
never.
hear the explosion?
Oh yeah, it was shook. It shook it. Like I think we were
Yeah.
headed to. I think we were headed. Maybe we were in the bunker, and then that's when they yelled gas. That could be. I think we were in the bunker, just like waiting for it all clear, and then
Well,
that's when the gas came out, and they're just like, whoa. And then so you run back to your room to get your mask, and my mask isn't there. So I run back to the motor pool, get my mask, and then uh, I had to go straight to the TMC because I couldn't breathe. Like I tried to smoke a cigarette, and that was a bad idea.
burnt like
But
hell, didn't it?
oh yeah, it was terrible. But yeah, so it's like I think it was just burning, like your throat, your lungs, everything was just on fire. So it was like, uh, I think went over the TMC. I don't even know what they did. I don't think they did anything really, except for like maybe give you some oxygen or something. But
Yeah, I think the reason why you guys were in the bunkers, I just remembered this. They had fired rockets into us off base, like they are off our fob. I think they fired a couple
that could be.
rockets,
That makes
and,
more
and
sense.
then it exploded the chlorine bomb. I think if I remember that correctly,
It sounds right.
and we both could be wrong. Our memories are both
Yeah,
checked.
I
Okay.
barely remember that story, but
Yeah, I know. I know, man. So, do you have any like what's your funniest story? Because I've been getting a lot of requests because we go over a lot of like serious things when it
yeah.
comes to
Um,
stories. But what's probably your funniest moment over there?
oh man. I mean, obviously, there's a time that you low crawled, but I mean, that's given funny. But like, I don't know, like I guess the time that so like when got there, I think when we first got there, we were doing like dozer training or something. We were just like technically just taking the dozers down the road and playing with them, and then
Yeah,
I think we got like the big ones stuck in the mud, and
I have
then
a I have a
it
picture of that.
yeah, like it was buried. It was stuck. And then I think we tried to tow it out, and then I think we ripped off the ripper or something. And then we had to like get like someone with the 88 to come out and like pull us out because it was like up armored, so it was just too heavy.
That
It
thing
was
was
just
huge.
oh yeah, it was like driving a building around. It was like it was gigantic, and it was just sank right in. But that was
Oh
pretty
god.
funny. I just remember like standing on the freaking thing, like, yeah, buddy.
Oh man. When going. Do you remember going?
Yeah.
I think it was him where one of you guys were training him on that dozer, and they he got out of it or something, and Goen's like probably six
Yeah, he's
three,
big.
six. He's a tall dude, and he hit his head, knocked himself out on the dozer. I just remembered that because Going's not right anyways. He walks a little sideways.
Yeah.
Sideways now. But
That's funny.
gosh, man, we really did. We had a great time over there. We really
Yeah.
did. What was your takeaways from it? Like, not
I
so much
mean,
takeaways, but
for me, I was ready to get out just because I was stop loss at that time. And then, but I think thinking back, like I was gonna re-enlist and get the money or whatever, and then
yeah,
stay in, which I kind of wish I did sometimes because you kind of
yeah,
miss. I mean, a job sucks. Being in the
it
army
does.
wasn't too bad. I mean, you just kind of had to do what you were told. So, but like, but I don't know. My takeaways. I think we helped the nation, and we helped free a nation. We helped the people that were there that were getting attacked by the people that were coming there. Because like most of the Iraqis weren't bad, you know.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that because I thought the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and I mean, if you think about it, like you drive through these towns, and it's not like they're the ones attacking you. It's just like ISIS or whoever's coming in and like trying to kill Americans. Really, is what's going on. And so I think being there helped them. And I'm not sure if it helped in the long run, but I like to
Yeah,
think it did. Otherwise, you
it
know.
was all for nothing, and I would hate that.
But
That bothers me.
yeah,
Um,
I don't think it was all
be-
for nothing though. I
I
think there
I
is a reason for everything. So, you know,
you know I yeah, so when I first got over there, my thought about Iraqi people wasn't the best,
yeah.
and I mean it, but just because I mean I just lost a family member, and then
Oh yeah,
more. I mean it was
yeah.
awful, but I remember our interpreter Steve, and I don't know if you remember Steve or not, but
I think so.
um, I wouldn't really talk to the guy, and he asked me one day because well, it was one night because I was gunning and he was in front of me and he said, "Why won't you talk to me?" And I said, "I just don't want to talk to you." And I'm not that type of a person. If
Yeah,
anybody knows me, I talk to everybody. Um, but he looked at me and he
yeah,
was like, you probably don't want to talk to me because um you don't like being here or something like that." And I said, "No, my cousin was killed over here." And he said, "You know, my family died and I'm still helping you
yeah,
because I can't help it. I can't help
yeah.
what happened to him."
But you can change the
And
good or whatever.
exactly. And Steve told me one day, and the reason why I brought up Steve when you said that was because I asked him, I said, "Did you like it more before we were over here or after?" Do you know what he told me?
Hmm.
He said before we came. And the reason why was because he said he didn't have to, yeah, Saddam was, Saddam, but he said the biggest thing to him is now he has to worry about people coming in the country
Yeah.
and kidnapping his family and killing his family members. Weirdly enough, right before we went to Spiker, I believe, he
Yes.
got kidnapped going outside the gate and killed.
Damn.
Yeah. So I would hope to think that it wasn't all for nothing. Um,
Yeah. I don't think it
that's
was all for nothing. I mean we helped a lot of people. I mean you
yeah,
think about all those roadside bombs that you guys found. And if it wasn't that you've defined it, it was some guy taking his kid to school instead. So it's like, you know, I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe for that part. I mean, those kids might have died later, but that's not our fault.
yeah, yeah.
So,
I appreciate that, man.
yeah,
'Cause that's something that I've kind of struggled with as far as like, did we did we did we really make an impact over there? And I think we did, but it's just like that question. You know what I mean? Like, was it
yeah.
all for nothing? 'Nothing?
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like,
Um,
I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know. It's kind of for me like, I don't know if you ever thought about this, but like they say, well, at least you made it home. But like sometimes you don't really feel like you made it home. Like you left a part of you there,
Yeah.
and like even like after Sergeant Wright and after the guy from First 41st that died, and you're just like, I don't know if I'm going to be the same anymore
Yeah.
because I even the 41st guy knew that kid, and so it's
Oh, wow.
like like when I got to Fort Riley, he was on the bus that we drove to Fort Riley with from the airport. So it was like just learning that I was just like, man, I don't know if you're going to be the same, but you get to go home and you get to have that life, but I don't think you ever really stop thinking about it, or you get that survivor's guilt, like why not me?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I had talked to my son. When Carton sent all those pictures. No, it wasn't Andrew. It was my oldest daughter, the one that actually helped me come up with the idea of the show. Um, she was watching me going through all the videos, and I'm laughing. I mean, I am like crying laughing,
oh
man.
yeah, I was too.
Oh, and I was watching one of those videos of us messing with Zorro, tying him up and duct taping him.
I remember
Oh yeah. She goes, he hates you guys. He has to hate you guys. I was like, no.
that. Oh
Zorro loves us.
yeah, he wanted it.
Yeah. I love that. He wanted us to do that to him.
he, he said he loved it.
Yeah, I know, right? Gosh, man.
But
Well,
yeah, I think
so
too for me, I don't know if you knew this or not, but like when at my first deployment, my daughter was born, and in my second deployment, my son was born, and so
oh,
I think a lot of me getting out of the army was, I mean, it was really because of my family, and I didn't really want to put them through that deploying stuff again. But like
yeah.
you talk about, your head's not in it very well when you're like, you know, you're having a baby. Like my daughter, when I got the news, I was on one of those little like hand radios,
Yeah, I know what
and
you're like, the sat phones.
yeah, you called back to the talk, and then they patched you through on like a collect call or something. And so
Yeah.
like there was like a delay, and then there was a sandstorm. So I think I got like your daughter was born, and then it was like, and I was like,
Oh.
what?
Oh.
But yeah, and then the second time I went on leave early. I don't know if you remember. I went on leave in like December.
Greenwood did too. I think you and Greenwood's daughter, who is my goddaughter,
Oh,
uh,
nice.
I think it was around
Probably,
eight.
I think so. I think I remember him being there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You can't not remember Greenwood because
oh
Greenwood
no,
was a character
oh
all
man,
his own.
he was crazy. He was
He
fun though.
was. He was, man. How was it? Because I don't know how you guys do it. I don't, and me and Carton talked about this if you watched our interview. I don't know that I would have been able to have deployed with kids because I mean,
It's hard. I mean, I remember leaving when we left. My daughter came to like the battalion area. We were all sitting there in the parking lot, pretty much. And I
yeah,
remember like when I left, she was like small. And then when I came back, like 17 months later, I mean, I saw her in December, but like 17 months later, she had grown. Like, it was like you almost felt like you missed half her life. And
yeah,
then, and then the same thing kind of with my son. It was like, well, my daughter went through two deployments. So it was like, I wasn't there for like a lot of her like really newborn stuff. And
yeah,
then I was home for like a year maybe. And then we left again. And then I was gone for 17 months. And it was like, so she like missed like almost like 2 years or something.
God,
And then like my son was pretty little, so he don't really remember a lot. But it's like, you kind of, I don't know how to explain how you feel when you're there. Like you're just always like, you always just miss him, and you can't
yeah,
really, and you're just seeing him raised through the computer, and you're like, man, look, like he's he's old now, or he's going to baseball, and I can't watch it. And back then they didn't have like the phones weren't that good, so
They didn't have this.
no,
They
you
had
couldn't even
Yahoo
live
Messenger.
nothing. Yeah, it was just like here's a video, but it's like you can barely see it.
Yeah.
So it was tough. I mean, it was tough just watching them grow up without me. So I mean, that's a big part of why I got out. I was like, I'm not going to do that again. It's like they need their dad. So
Yeah. I do respect that a lot because, I look at my kids now, and my kids are 10, 9, 8, and 7.
uh,
And yeah, they're stair steps. No break, buddy. Um, but I've sat back and I've thought about that, how that would feel, because when that divorce was first initiated, back about 2 years ago, I had to go without seeing them for
oh yeah,
a couple days, and it was
yeah,
just the house was quiet.
yeah.
But I don't know how I would deal with being away from them for 17 months. I do not. I don't know.
I think for me, I mean, I don't know. I just took one day at a time, and it didn't really feel like if you did it that way, it didn't feel like you were there that long. Like you just
Yeah.
kind of like lived for the next day, and then let's see what happens.
See
but
what happens was the right. It's the right thing to say, man.
but
It's
yeah,
the
I
right
mean
thing to say.
that's the problem is I mean even I mean when you get out, your mental status and stuff is like I mean I'm sure you went through like the PTSD where you're kind of angry a lot and you're like edgy and stuff like that. So I mean I got divorced when I got back here and then I got remarried again. And now we have 7 kids together. But so I got a lot of kids going on, but it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't imagine not being here now.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I would do it now.
You you know, I to me, my kids are my world. They're my sanity.
Yeah,
Because I have a lot of people. They're like, "Oh, you've got your hands full." I'm like, "Yeah, but you have to realize these four right here are my best friends. I
yeah,
love having them around. I truly do.
yeah.
And to be honest with you, I don't know what I would do without them."
I don't know either. I mean, it's what's easy. It's like I go to sports and all this stuff, and like talk to even talking to them and stuff like that. It's like I don't know who they're my best friends. Like that's who I text. That's who I go see. That's who I talk about.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'd do it without them. So it's
That
like you know, I don't know how I'd do that again for sure.
it kind of makes you think, though. Some people went through some hard times over there with kids and stuff, and kids get sick and accidents happen. And me, I would worry like hell about my kids if
Yeah,
I was over there, and they're half a world away, man. I don't know. It
yeah.
takes a special kind of person to be able to do what you did, though.
It was
Um,
definitely tough. I mean, I don't know. It's probably just because I was young and dumb, but so that
yeah,
helped. But I
yeah.
mean, now I just like I think. I mean, you get older, you kind of you think about more stuff, and I just don't know if I definitely couldn't do that again.
Me either. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it.
I mean, I could do it if I was single and you know I didn't have nothing to worry about. It'd probably be
All
fun.
day, buddy.
Take the dozer for a ride or whatever.
I think Carton said it the best. He said, "I would love to be going like spurts, not
Yeah,
15 months straight, just a little spurt."
you like an Air Force deployment.
There you go. They barely got their bags unpacked and
Yeah.
they're going back home. I'm like, holy
We had to
shit.
go to Kuwait for a couple months and then like had a pool.
Yeah, and Qatar, and then you go over to Anaconda, and they had two pools.
Yeah,
Somebody told me they had an indoor pool. They had a
the
movie theater.
it's like everything. Pizza
Yeah,
Hut.
man. Oh yeah. I remember living right behind when we went to Spiker. I remember
Oh
living right in
man,
front or behind of that Subway. And I
I hit
used to
there a
get a
lot.
Subway. Oh gosh. I used to get the meatball subs, and I would
Yeah,
order double meatballs, and you'd be like, Double balls.
What's funny about Spiker is like it just felt like we were like on a vacation after our deployment, like just waiting to leave. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
it was like,
yeah.
okay, let's go to the Green Bean and then let's walk a mile to the dining facility across the friggin' way. But it was just
Buy
like we were
and
hanging
buy
out.
stupid shit.
Yeah, I think we had a barbecue on our porch. Even
Yeah,
pretty sure.
we're living it up at Spiker, man.
Yeah, it was all right. I don't want. I would never want to go back there, but
I liked Warhorse more, man. I'll be
yeah,
honest with you. I
yeah,
did. I thought that was stupid.
yeah,
You spend damn near your whole deployment at one
yeah.
spot, and then they're like, "Hey, you got to go
Yeah,
up
and it
to
was like for
Spiker."
nothing really. It was like we weren't really even put on mission that much, and you're just like, okay, we just go to work. Like I could do this at Riley.
I think they knew. I think they knew though.
Okay.
Honestly, I think they knew that we had multiple people get hit multiple
Uh,
times, and
yeah,
finally they were like, "These guys have been through a lot."
yeah.
Um,
I think that was a big part of it.
yeah, they were trying to keep us safe, but to be honest with you, I thought we were safer at Warhorse than we were at
Yeah,
Spiker because we knew the area, and that
yeah.
sounds crazy because Warhorse Bakuba was hot
It
at
was
that
bad
time.
for sure. It was probably the worst there. One of them.
Yeah,
I mean, but it felt like home. You know,
it did.
it
It
wasn't
did, man.
like Spiker just felt like a retreat or something. And I don't
I
even
didn't
remember.
like
I
it.
can't even remember it hardly. You know.
I I remember very little. Uh, but did you got out? Did you come back with the unit?
Yeah, I came back with the unit, and then I got out real fast,
Did you?
like real quick.
So did you? And I know a lot of guys do, but have you struggled? Because obviously, I think about stuff a lot, and doing this has brought back, I mean, a crap
Oh
ton
yeah.
of emotions for me, and it's brought back a crap ton of like memories. Have you struggled since we got back?
I kind of act like I'm a tough guy a lot, but I definitely the PTSD and like depression, anxiety, all that stuff. And you think about like I wasn't like in a lot of hot missions, but like I think about them, and I was like
Yeah,
think about like, or I miss you guys. You know,
yeah,
like fuck, where are these guys? I miss them. Or like you just think about, and then you like I know a couple of years ago I had a Veterans Day where I just like kind of broke down. And I was like, I miss everybody. I don't know, like I don't know what's happening, but
yeah.
like, that was my brother, and he's not here right anymore, really. So you think about that stuff, and you think about like the survivor's guilt kind of thing, and you're like, I don't know. I've been through a lot of like mental stuff, and I've been through some counseling and things like that with the VA, and fought with the
Good.
VA for a lot of stuff. But it's just like you go through it.
Yeah,
I never really hit like that hard of rock bottom. Like I went through a divorce, but it wasn't like I never really wanted to. I've never really been a guy where I wanted to kill myself,
yeah.
but I could see like the reasons why someone would, because it's out there. But
You know, I think that the VA can do a lot better of a job, and maybe they are. I don't know. You know, I had a one of our guys have an instance with the VA not too long ago, and I just think that they're overwhelmed with all the.
that's
They're
most
just
of it,
not.
I think.
They're not prepared,
Yeah,
and when you're not prepared, and then you have soldiers like us coming back, it makes it for a difficult situation. But
yeah,
I think that stuff like this, talking to each other and getting back into contact. And I love the group chat idea because here's the
yeah,
thing. If I'm having a tough night and it's 1 o'clock in the morning and I hit that call button, it's going to ring everybody.
yeah. Someone's gonna pick up.
Some somebody is going to pick up. I think that is such a genius idea because I love
It's
talking to you guys.
it's
Smart.
definitely helpful. I mean, you get those guys that are right on the edge. I mean, a lot of that could probably be saved by just picking up the phone, or if you knew someone to reach out to. It's like, but the VA, I mean, the VA, the problem with the VA really is like the understaffed and they're over processed. So
Yeah.
it's like, it takes you. It took me. It took me like 20 years to get to 100. So it's
Hey,
like,
I'm not even there.
you just gotta, you have to do it like every month. You have to like redo something, or like tell them this is what happened. I don't know why you don't think this is enough, but like,
Yeah.
it's like it's just over and over and over and over and over until like, and you throw enough shit at the wall, something sticks.
Yeah.
So
You're right, man. And I think a lot of the other problem is that like you have some of these doctors, and I forget, maybe I mentioned it on one of the rally call things on Sunday night, but I think one of the biggest things to me is that you have doctors that maybe had their own practices before, and they're used to seeing like maybe 6, 7 patients during the
yeah,
day. Then they
yeah,
come to the VA and they're seeing like 50 patients a day.
yeah.
And we
They're
all
the
got
worst
messed up
patients.
stories.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're like the ones they were already messed up when they joined, and then they're just now way more messed up.
Yeah. But I think what we're doing is I think it's helping, and I know that it's helping
Yeah, I've
because
seen it.
I've had. Is it helping you a little bit?
It has. I mean, just for me. I mean, even like the texts or whatever, you like look at it and you laugh, or you pick up that video chat and you see Macaluso running across there bare naked, and you're like, what the? But you're just like, it takes you back, man. It takes you straight back, and you're just
Yeah.
like, that was our tent.
Yeah.
And you're like, I miss it. It makes you happier. I don't know why, but
I,
it
I
shouldn't.
I have no idea why either. I have no idea why I love you guys so damn much,
Yeah,
but I do.
yeah.
And gosh, man, that that first night that we all got on there and we were just all like talking, it was it's like we hadn't missed a beat. I mean, I saw Sergeant Washburn.
Yeah,
I seen everybody, and I'm like,
it's crazy.
after 20
Sergeant
years,
Washburn. Side note: Does he aged at all?
no, hell no,
He
hell
looks
no.
like the same guy.
Yeah, yeah, he looks exactly the same, exactly the same.
But it's, yeah. I mean, I know what you mean though. It's like, you pick it up and it's like, I don't know. It's like you can't stop laughing, and it's like you don't even know why. I mean, when before we started the joint, that one, Dan called me the day before, and he was like, because he saw, I think it was lions or something,
Yeah,
and so he called me up and he's like, I haven't heard from you, so I'm just gonna call you, and
I
so, or
love that.
something, and it was just like we talked for like an hour, but it was like the same thing. It was just like laughing about stupid shit that happened, and you're just like, man, this is awesome. And I think, I mean, you're a big part of it. You're a big part of bringing us all back. So it's like, I don't really, you're not going to want to be called a hero or nothing, but
No,
it's like that connection helped though. All this stuff has helped everyone mentally even. So it's like, it's really helpful.
I put a lot of that on my 10-year-old daughter, a
Yeah.
lot of it, which
Well,
is
some of it,
crazy. I told her, I said, after that call, I said, you have no idea what you did. And she
yeah.
was like, what did I do? I was like, you've probably done more for a group of veterans than anybody ever has that's your
Oh,
age.
yeah.
And you don't even know it.
Just
I
the
said,
idea.
one, it's the idea, man. And
Yeah.
I'm loving it. And, she watches the videos. It's cool, man. It's just because then she
That's
gets to
awesome.
hear my stories too.
Yeah. And they get to see what maybe, like, you don't talk about it a lot, probably like me. So it's
No.
like, my kids don't really know what I did over there. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's good to get it out when kind of like this, where you can talk about it. Cause it's like, you're not going to just be like, all right, son, sit down. Gotta
Yeah.
teach you how to be a man.
Yeah, I know, right? Go get blown up.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, it's good. It's good. And it's good for, I think, men, especially
Yeah.
for their mental health, because they don't like to show it. And they don't like to say that I go to a therapist, or I have mental health problems, because it's like, you're supposed to be a tough guy. You're supposed to
Yeah.
provide, and you're supposed to do all these things. But it's like, you can't deal with all of it until you deal with it. So
These daggone dogs, man, I'm telling you what.
yeah, mine are barking earlier.
What'd you say? Sorry.
Mine were doing that earlier.
I'm telling you what, I get lucky to get about an hour and 30 minutes of
Yeah.
the one collie not barking. Well, listen, man, I got one more question for you. You've heard me ask it to everybody. If you could give one piece of advice to somebody who is having problems with PTSD, maybe having problems like what we have, what would that advice be?
I think the biggest thing that you can do for yourself is to seek help when you need it the most. And you have to, like Lion said, is like his win therapy. You have to find something that brings you peace. For me, it's, I go fishing or I go hunting, and like being in the woods for a week and just being in the middle of nowhere and finding no noise, that calms my brain down. That, and I get to act like I'm an army again, and I get to pack up all my gear and take it out there. But like, I still have the same boots even. But like,
Oh, God.
so like that, I think that for me though is like, if I get out and you get time to think to yourself. And obviously, if you're bad enough where you need to see a therapist, or even if you aren't bad enough, it's good to talk it out. It's, even if he's like just talking about nothing, and sometimes you just need to talk. So I would suggest, seeking the VA or just private medical, whatever you got. But there's people out there that'll definitely help you. So
I like that, man. I think you hit the nail right on the head. Us as men don't really talk about our problems a lot, and I think that contributes to a lot of the problems that we're seeing in the veteran community as well, because we don't talk about it.
yeah,
And I like what we're doing here. I think that talking to each other and reconnecting with each other, I know for me, has helped me out a ton. Something to look forward to, talking to one of you guys every single week.
yeah,
Not only that, but you guys are getting to listen. And I try to keep it as much of a secret as who's coming up next. Like,
yeah.
nobody knows you're coming up next
Oh, good.
until tomorrow
It'll
when
be
the
a
trailer
surprise.
comes.
So like,
Yeah,
oh no,
don't
Dave.
don't you say that. Yeah, I know, right? So, but listen, man, thank you so much for coming on here. I really do appreciate it. I'm so glad that you said that you would come on. Um,
Yeah, man, no
I,
problem.
I've had fun learning more about you, and then just shooting the shit with you, man. And it's been great.
Yeah, I appreciate it, I'm look forward to all of what you're doing. So can't wait to see more. So
You're gonna see a lot more, buddy. I'm interviewing everybody. I can't
all
wait to
right.
get Poncho
Oh
on
man,
here.
you should get him on. That would be a good interview.
It will.
Can't wait to see
Yeah.
his face.
Oh God, love you, Poncho. All right, buddy.
All right, man. We'll take it easy. I love you, brother.
Love you too.
Join the army.